Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a makeup testing video for you. So I've got the I Heart Revolution Angel Pigment palette. This came in the I Heart Revolution Shimmering Hearts gift set, which is an absolutely lovely collection of products, and there is a video on my channel unboxing the entire gift set, so I will leave that link below. This is what the palette looks like here. Absolutely love it. Such pretty colours in there, and I thought I'd do a testing video for you today. So I will put a clip of the swatches in now for you. If you're new to my channel, you might not know, but I have a fear of the inside of my wrist, so this is why I do all my swatches on the outside of my arm, so just take that into consideration when I'm doing this. But these tones are absolutely beautiful. It's very Christmas party vibes. I keep saying this, but I think, honestly, this is a Christmas gift set. The pinks on it is so beautiful. I think the colours are all very wearable. They all go very nicely together. I'm especially loving these over here. The shimmers are really lovely, and the pinks, and I think the soft toned browns are absolutely adorable. And also this colour here, so the pale shade which is just there in the palette, I think that one's a really good one to do a transition shade for, and the one that you could use to blend all your other colours out. And I have these sort of shades in other palettes which I dip in all the time because it just helps tidy up your eyeshadow looks. So I think that one alone is very, very useful, and just these would be perfect for a Christmas party. I'm going to be using the Revolution Ultimate Eye Base. I'm going to be honest, I've just got in from work, so I'm a little bit sleepy, so this eye base, I think I put a little bit too much on. Oh dear. That's the fun of it. That's real life, isn't it? That's looking a little bit more tame now. So the good thing about eyeshadow bases is it really makes the colours pop. It makes them stick better. And honestly, I love the Revolution one. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to start by having a look at the palette. There's a couple of different themes we've got going on here. We've got neutral, warm tones. We've got shimmers in there, all giving me Christmas party vibes. So I kind of want to do something that's a bit fun with this. So I think I'm going to start by using this shade here, and we're going to pop that over the lid. You can see the colour payoff is quite strong on this brush, so I've got high hopes for this being a good base colour. I'm just going to start by popping it over the lid just to tone down the white base that I've popped on, and I feel like this colour is a really good match for my skin. Popping this colour on now, I feel like it's blending out really nicely on my eyelid. It's a very good skin tone colour for myself, and these shades are really good for tidying up eyeshadow looks. I will show you, probably because I will make a mess, but they're really, really useful to have in your collection. One thing I noticed about this palette was the fact that it was called a pigment palette rather than an eyeshadow palette. There is some technical reason as to why it's called that, I've heard in the past. So if you know the difference between a pigment palette and an eyeshadow palette, just for education reasons, could you leave it in the comment section below just so we can all learn a little bit. Looking at these colours, next I think I'm going to go in with maybe this one because it's a matte pink. So that one's very bright, really nice, probably matches my pink flowers very well as well, so I'll go for that. Pigment payoff on this brush is insane. It's looking really good. I'm actually just going to tap it off a little bit. Could you see it flying off there? Very pigmented indeed. I'm going to start by just dabbing some on the outer corner. It's a very, very nice pink. It reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. Looks really lovely. I'm all about pink. I love pink so much, and I think there's so much you can do with it, and especially with gold as well. I think pink looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to have another dip in there. Really loving the colour on this. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye now. I don't know what this palette would cost as an individual product either, because I think normally palettes these size from I Heart Revolution cost about £5, but because it's a part of a gift set, I'm not sure if they do sell it separately. I seem to think they did, because this is like one of their OG classic products. I've packed a lot of pink on the eyes here. What I'm going to do is just exactly what I talked about earlier. I'm going to take this little pale shade here and just dip it in there, and then I'm going to try and tidy some of that up and blend it out a little bit over the top, because that's what these shades are absolutely perfect for. I adore having them. And there's a couple of other from I Heart Revolution that I use just in my collection, which are very good for this exact thing. So far, I'm really impressed with the colour payoff. They're very smooth to put on the eye as well, feel very nice and light, and the colour payoff for the amount of product I'm using is absolutely brilliant. Hopefully you can see over here, I'm just using that pale shade to just sort of tidy the wing area up, and it blends out really nicely. To be honest, I think from first impressions, that palette is worth getting just for that skin tone shade, because I know it matches my skin absolutely perfectly there. Looking at the palette now, I'm going to go in with, ooh, I don't know what's that one. That one's a bit dark, I think. I'm probably going to go in with this one. That looks more of my thing. Ooh, very shiny. That looks very highlightery. I kind of wish there was a matte colour that was this colour. Like a babyer pink as well. I think that would have gone really well, because those are very dark colours. So, oh, I don't know. That looks quite dark. I think I'm just going to go in with this shimmer colour here because it's screaming out to me and it's the nearest thing to sort of baby pink we've got, and I think this would go really well with the other pink that we've already laid down. To be honest, I think the shimmer to matte ratio in this palette is really good because you've got the browns that are all matte there, you've got these two down here, and then you've got the 4 shimmers. So I think it's only me saying I wish there was a pink in here, like a baby pink. That'd have been really nice. But you can't have everything. I'm just going to lay that colour down on here. Normally with shimmers, I would just use my finger. So I'm going to see if we get any kind of payoff with a brush first, and then I will go back in. Oh, actually, that's coming off really nicely. That is looking like a baby pink. Especially on camera, that's showing as a baby pink. What I'm going to do is just take the dark pink again, and I'm going to run that over the two just to try and blend it together a little bit more. And I'm just going to go back with the little pale shade down here and run it over the top. I'm going to pop my finger over this little baby pink sort of shimmery shade, and I'm going to just run that over the centre of my eyes because I think it'll apply a lot better with a finger application. Instantly it has. I don't know why that is with shimmers, it just always seems to be the case. So if you pat it on with your finger, the shimmer is much more prominent. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to try going in with one of the gold colours. I'm just going to get them on my fingers now so I can decide. I think this one's more of a gold tone, that one's more bronzy, coppery. I think I'm going to go in with the more coppery one just because it might go more with my pink tones. Yeah, we can probably fit both on there. I'm going to go in with my finger straight away, so I'm going to go in the little coppery one in the corner here, and I'm going to just pop that in the centre corner. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. I'm going to take one of my little fluffy brushes and I'm just going to take one of these browns over the top. So I'm just going to take this one here because it looks quite warm toned. Yeah, to me that looks quite warm toned, so I think it will go quite well with this. And then I'm just going to do the same on the other side as well. I'm just going to take my fluffy brush and just blend it out a little bit. I'm just going to take some of the pink under my waterline as well, and then we're going to tidy it up. And I'm going to take the darker gold as well in the top corner and just pop that on the inner corner. What I'm going to do as well is take the top corner gold here, so the really gold one, and pop that over my eyelid just to give it a little bit of depth. I'm just going to repop this shade on the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to take the pale shade as well now, and which is this one here, and I'm just going to tidy everything up. Do you see what I mean though about the crisp line you can get using that shade? Obviously I know it's matching my skin tone, but you can totally just cut the colour off there, it's perfect. Obviously you can use concealer and things like that for this, but honestly, that shade, I love it. I'm just going to finish by popping the iHeart Revolution Chocolate Dipped Mascara on. This one I did pick up last year, I think it was, and it was really good. I did really enjoy it, so I'm going to pop that on now. This is what the mascara looks like. I absolutely adore it. It's very, very volumizing. It's a very thick formula, so it does feel a little bit like you've got false eyelashes on, but honestly, the payoff of the product is brilliant. I really love it. That was my testing video with the I Heart Revolution Angel Pigment palette. It does actually say makeup pigment palette on there, so I'm hoping somebody does comment below as to why it doesn't say eyeshadow, but I'm sure we'll work it out. But the product itself is absolutely lovely. I think the colours in here are really nice. There's very, very lovely party sort of warm tones in here, and honestly there isn't a single colour in there that I don't like, and I think it's a very wearable palette. I highly recommend, if you like pink eyeshadows, then go for this one. The pink quality is very nice, the pigment is lovely. I just think the overall colour story of this palette is really nice, and it's one of those ones which is a classic, and you can keep it in your eyeshadow collection and you will always find use for it. I think it's lovely, and I'm excited to be able to have this because this shade alone, and I can't sing praise enough for this shade down here, honestly, it's perfect. There's one of them in the Love Island palette that you can use to sort of tidy up eyeshadow looks, and it's just absolutely perfect. It's really, really blendable, and I just think this as a palette is so lovely. I will leave the link below if the Shimmering Hearts gift set is still available, and of course I'll leave the unboxing below as well. I can't wait to see all of the Christmas gift sets that come out from Revolution this year. It's going to be exciting. If you want to see more makeup testing videos and unboxings, then please subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. That's at Zoey Glitter, Zoey with a Y, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!